Welcome to my chefing. My name's Chef France. Let's see Chef Ian.
How you doing today?
And welcome to the month of March.
Yeah.
March, food of the month is frozen foods. And so, part I'm going to do every time I make a meal this month, we're going to have frozen food incorporated with it with fresh foods. And also, March is Nutrition Month. And our channel emphasizes on giving you nutrient-dense food, live food, fresh food, even if some of it may be frozen, but we want to make sure your body has the proper nutrients. And nutrition is actually a branch of science that helps, that tells you the nutrients that humans need in their body. And this is why I try to always make sure every episode we talk about vitamins and minerals that's going inside our temple, our body. So I'm just going to tell you everything we have, and then we're going to get into the vitamin content. Well, what we're making today is a vegan and vegetarian love affair. So that means there's no bacon for me today.
Yes.
And when I say but even if you're not a vegan or vegetarian, you will love this salad. And it's a lentil and chickpea salad. So we have our lentils, which are dry here, that Ian already started cooking up because they take a little bit of time. That Ian's cooking up, and they're dry. And then we have our chickpeas that actually was from the can. And we have our vegetable broth, not chicken broth like I normally use, but we have our vegetable broth. And we have our frozen vegetable was our butternut squash. And we have our fresh Brussels sprouts, and we have our spinach, and we have our red sweet onions. And of course, we have our yellow and red bell peppers, and our carrots, our shredded carrots, and our seasoning here that we're gonna have is just our Himalayan salt. As you know, we use Himalayan salt because it has less sodium in it. And we have our herb de Provence. You haven't heard that for a little bit, right? And we have our smoked paprika. Love smoked paprika. It elevates any dish like herb de Provence. And our black pepper. And our dressing is gonna just be some EVOO, which is extra virgin olive oil, a little maple syrup, some balsamic glaze, and garlic. And so, I'm going to get into the vitamin content. The vitamins in lentils are vitamins A, B6, folate, potassium, magnesium, iron, zinc, thiamine, and pantothenic acid. Our chickpeas has potassium, iron, magnesium, selenium. It's a great source of fiber. Our vegetable broth, yes, not chicken broth today, it's vegetable broth. It's vitamin A and iron. And our butternut squash, which was the frozen vegetable, because we're doing frozen vegetable of the month. It's vitamins A, B6, E, C, B, potassium, thiamine, niacin, magnesium, and manganese. Our Brussels sprouts has vitamins C, K, folate, and manganese. Our spinach has vitamins C, E, K, calcium, iron, magnesium, and potassium. Our red onions has vitamin 6, C, potassium, and folate. Our bell peppers is vitamins A, C, B2, B6, folate, potassium, and niacin. And our carrots, vitamin A, beta carotene, biotin, which is great for your hair, and potassium. Our smoked paprika has vitamins A, calcium, folate, potassium, and phosphorus. Our herb de Provence has vitamins A, C, D, iron, calcium, and potassium. And our garlic has vitamins B6, C, manganese, selenium. And our balsamic glaze has vitamins iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and manganese. And of course, our olive oil has vitamins E and K. So just like we had to cook our lentils, which we've already done now, they're cooling down, that Ian had cooked, we are gonna roast our veggies. So we're putting our Brussels sprouts here. Okay. And then here's our butternut squash that was frozen, but it's thawed out. Oh, I tell you, boy, we don't get much anymore from these packaging. Wow.
Terrible.
Cans have shrunken. The fresh produce have shrunken. I mean, these are the signs of the times. And so we're going to roast these 3 vegetables. I'm going to spray my EVOO on it, and we're going to put my little seasoning. And we're going to roast it for 30, what was it, Ian? Was it quite 30 minutes? It's on 400 on our convection oven. 400
30 minutes. 30 minutes is right.
For 30 minutes.
Yes, for 30 minutes.
Okay. And so here comes our nice little, these we're going to leave in its raw state. So what I'm going to do here is put on our smoked paprika in here. See, Ian's already getting happy. You hear him going, He knows.
Oh, yeah.
Ian knows goodness.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Just saved a tiny bit to put on my lentils once it's cooled down. We have our black pepper here.
Give it love, Mom.
Okay, E.
Give it some love.
You know how much love I should give it?
You did about 3.
I did about, because I have a big heart, so.
Yes, you do.
Usually we do 2.5,
Yeah.
so I figure, why not? Just give a little extra love. Ooh. Okay. Okay. And here comes my joy of a seasoning, my herb de Provence.
You see the purple, Mom?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
We have the lavender. One of the reasons I love herb de Provence is that, you know, all the stress that we all go through in life, we all need something to calm us down a little bit. And lavender is known as a calming, healing agent. And so I love herb de Provence because it has lavender in it, and it has thyme, and it has rosemary, you know, some marjoram. So it has a lot of nice herbs in it. But I love it for the lavender. And it's an herb that comes from France.
Southern France.
Southern region of France, yes. So, I'm actually going to put all the rest of it here. A little lavender never hurt anyone. And I'm just going to kind of like mix these together. And I'm just going to roast it. Ian's going to put it in our oven, and we're going to roast it for 30 minutes on 400. We'll wait for it to cool down, and then we'll just incorporate it with our beans that's cooled down. And we're just going to mix all the rest of our fresh veggies that we have, as well as the lentils and chickpeas. I have a wonderful salad. Okay, E. So I'm spread this out so it can cook up. And here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our beautiful vegetables have been roasted, cooled down. Our lentils are now cooked up, which I'm now going to place on the bed of spinach. Again, I'm using my hands because it's the best tools in the house. Oh, this smells so here next to them. And here. I'm going to put the chickpea. But Ian has a great setting up skills.
Thank you.
And I'm going to do the shredded carrots. His looks much neater when he puts it together.
Thank you.
And of course, my little bit of smoked paprika that's left. Gonna add it to my goodness here.
Wow, I love the smell.
And here's the great thing. I told you I love to use parchment paper. And the reason I love to use parchment paper because it is non-stick. And I like to put foils on my pan because I look for an easy cleanup time. And here we go. I'm just gonna put all of our veggies here, which was we roasted our red sweet onions with our Brussels sprouts and our butternut squash. And Ian is going to make our dressing, which consists of olive oil, maple syrup, balsamic glaze, garlic, and a little bit of love of Himalayan salt and black pepper.
Yeah.
So while he does that, he's going to shake it in our mason jar. I'm going to gently mix this with my hands to fully incorporate all of this lentil and chickpea salad. All that goodness fully incorporated. And then Ian's going to put the goodness that he makes from the dressing in here as well. And again, I always talk about this. Nutrition is something that our bodies need to survive, to be well, particularly if you have some ailments, that ails you. This is something that can help you be well naturally. Colors, the variation of colors on the food means nutrition. Now, I want to talk a little bit about food insecurity. My nonprofit feeds families who are food insecure. And generally, people, especially now, what's happened to this country over the last 2 years or so, have been going through difficult moments. And we try to provide nutrient-dense food to all of our clients. And like I said, the variety of this color right here helps do that. And a lot of times when families are struggling, they cannot afford something as even a red bell pepper now that costs a lot more in the stores. And they look at it like, this $2 and change, I can go buy myself a fry and possibly
a burger.
They're lucky. And there's nothing wrong with having a burger. Once in a while, you may not want to, unless you have a special, dietary need that calls for you to have red meat all the time. And there's some people who need that iron all the time if they can't get it from something else. But generally, you don't want to have a burger every day. But sometimes that's all people can afford. And they cannot get foods that are nutrient dense, food that are full of colors of red, yellow, green, orange in here. And this is a real big crisis in our country, that things that are nutrient dense for you to live are unaffordable, unattainable for many, many families. You're talking about children who go to bed hungry at night. So what our nonprofit does is that we make sure that we can help these families suffering from food insecurity. And we do our very best for many of them who have special dietary needs like celiac diseases, gastritis, to high blood pressure and cholesterol, and to be able to diabetes to be able to help them to have food that's nutrient dense and that are full of nutrition and good calories for themselves. And we do our best to avoid giving them empty calorie foods. And again, having a piece of cake once in a while and cupcake, there's nothing wrong with that. But it should not be because that's all you could afford. Let me just get a honey bun every day. You're calling for diabetes at your door at that point. So, we believe very strongly in what we do, and we believe in this channel not just to trying to provide, clarity and awareness of food insecurities to even the average American now, but also that we can provide foods to you that are full of nutrition, especially March being Nutrition Month, and full of flavor as well. So we're gonna now plate this up and be able to share with you how it tastes.
No problem.
And Ian has our wonderful, so here, Ian, let's pour this. So I can mix this in here.
That's a good idea. But you're so right, helping all these people that we do. Ooh.
And one thing I I think it's important for us because times have changed and times are changing, and not necessarily for the best. Let's not judge a book by its cover, because how someone lived a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, they may live very differently now. And they may still have, when they could have afforded and already paid off that nice vehicle, but because it's paid off already, they may still have it, but they're going to a food pantry to get food. And a lot of that sometimes comes with having to humble yourself. And sometimes people will stay hungry with their children because they're embarrassed because people are looking at them coming up with that Lexus, for example, not realizing they bought that Lexus before things got difficult and it's fully paid for. You know, I think it's really important for people to understand, that hunger has no age, no name, no color, no race, no ethnic background, nor zip code. It can come to anyone's door at any time, especially if there's an economic downturn. So I think it's important that we treat everybody that we can with love, no non-judgment, because one never knows what can happen and where you may need your help. Look at all those wonderful colors. Oh man, I'm so excited. I know my vegetarian and vegan people are happy here, but I am so excited to eat the salad. All we did with garnishing the salad is that we have some red bell pepper crunchies and some crispy onions. So, hold on a second.
Take your time. Take your time.
And we just have to play.
Well, bon appetit, Mama.
Bon appetit.
Yes.
Now, I love Brussels sprouts. I'm hoping you guys love Brussels sprouts too. I'm trying to get a little bit of everything in here, but I think I'm just going to take it like this. Oh my God. Just a burst of vegetables. You get your protein from the peas, from the lentils, and the chickpeas. But other than that,
gosh, it's incredibly
just
delicious.
A beautiful array of great. You have the freshness and the roastedness. So you have to cook the part that's cooked with the freshness of the raw. It makes such a happy medium.
Very delicious.
This is really good, guys. I hope you decide to try this. Don't be afraid of the vegetables. Vegetables are good for you. Nutrients, people. Thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to click the like button by giving us a virtual hug. We're so happy that you hung out with us today to try our lentil and chickpea salad. We have so much more things we want to bring to you, but you have to click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can know when we put a new video out weekly. We really enjoy bringing content to you.
Be part of the family.
Be part of the family, like you said.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You really want to know what I think?
Yes, I do.
I'll tell you. I'm loving every bite.
Exactly.
This is really good. Truly. I guess because I really love everything that's here. I love chickpeas. I love Brussels sprouts. I love butternut squash. I love lentils, bell peppers, spinach. What else am I missing? The sweet red sweet onions.
The squash is incredibly delicious.
So this is really a happy plate for me. A happy plate full of nutrition and vegetables and nutrients. Thanks for hanging out with us. And come back and hang out with us again. We love you. Bye.